Hello and welcome to Good Day Devon. I'm your host, Becca Fowler. Today we'll have a very special guest on our show, the one, the only, Gene Forrester. Let's give him a round of applause.
Hello. Thank you everybody. Hey Becca, thanks for having me on the show.
Hello Gene, and thank you for coming here on Good Day Devon. So Gene, tell me a little about you.
Well Becca, as you all know, my name is Gene Forrester. About 15 years ago, and during the summer, World War II was starting. Before I was to go off to war, I went back to the Devon School for a good summer's education. While at the Devon School, I had many fond memories with my friends.
Wow, would you mind telling us a few examples of those memories of yours?
Of course, Becca. Well, one of my strongest memories, and the worst memories, was something terrible. It was with my best friend Finny and myself. We had started a club called the Super Suicide Society. Finny and I created it. Every club meeting would start off by jumping off of a huge tree and into the below river. One meeting, Finny and I decided to jump off together. When we were both on the tree limb, my foot accidentally moved in such a way that caused Finny to fall and shatter his leg. It was horrible. I felt horrible. And I still do. Later, after he was in the hospital, I went to visit him at home, and he was doing much better, but didn't know I was the one who caused his fall.
Wow, Gene, that sounds terrifying. So tell me, how do you think your fellow classmates and friends would describe you?
Some of my friends call me a nice, friendly, and fun to be around kind of guy. However, I try to study as much as I can and not get too sidetracked by friends. Some people despise me, some people love me, but whatever they think of me, I try to be the best I can be.
That's great. I wish I could be your friend. You sound so awesome. So how are your grades at the Devon School?
My grades? Oh, they were splendid. I made mostly A's, except for a few times. Finny would sometimes interrupt me while, I was trying to study. Like that one time, he asked me to go to the beach with him. We had so much fun, but I failed my trigonometry test because I couldn't study.
Sounds like you were a great friend to him. Always going places with him, doing what he said, all that. What about now? Are you two still as close as before?
I guess so. But if you haven't heard, Finny died after a horrible accident after falling down the stairs. I just really miss him now that he's gone. Sure, he was sometimes annoying and maybe a little bit sassy, but he was my best friend.
Well, I wish the best to you in the rest of your life. Well, folks, that's all we have time for on Good Day Devon. See you next time. Hello and welcome to Good Day Devon. I'm your host, Sheley. Today we will have a very special guest on our show. The one and only Dr. Stanpole. Let's give him a round of applause. Hello everyone. Thank you. You're all so kind. Hi Julia, thank you for having me on the show. Hello Dr. Stanpole. I've heard many great and fascinating things about you and your works. So, Dr. Stanpole, tell me a little bit about yourself. Sure thing. So as you know, I am a doctor. Not just any doctor. I'm a very important doctor. I've helped and healed many patients in my work career. One patient in particular that was a young Finny boy who shattered his leg after a bad accident. Oh my goodness. Wow, it does sound like you're very important. Can you tell us what happened that caused him to shatter his leg? Of course I can tell you what happened. I'm not sure if it's the truth, but it's what I've heard. Anyways, apparently Gene and Finny had a little club of theirs. They were supposedly on a tree limb, and then Gene's foot kicked the limb, causing Finny to make a terrible fall. And then, in the river below, he landed on his leg. That's what Gene said. I don't know what to think of the story is true. They are best friends, so how could that have happened? Wow, I am so sorry. That's terrible. So how is Finny doing now? He's dead. He had a very bad accident while going down the staircase, which caused his leg to break. While trying to reset his leg, there was a complication which caused his death. Oh, I'm so sorry for the loss. It sounds like he had a rough few years in his life. So, Dr. Stanpole, Where is it exactly that you work?
I'm a doctor at the Devon School, which is why I was the one to operate on Finney.
That makes much more sense. So, when you told Jean about Finney's death, what were the emotions going through your head?
I had many emotions while telling Jean about Finney's death. Finney and Jean were best friends, so it was even harder giving him the news. I was feeling sad, sorrowful, angry, and frustrated.
So how did Jean take the news?
He took it pretty badly. He cried. I could see the emotions he had just by looking at his face. Sad, angry, pretty much the same emotions I had, but I felt worse.
And why is that?
Because I was the one who didn't save him. I could have if I'd only set his leg properly without the complication.
I'm so sorry, but at least he's in a better place now and not in pain. Thank you, Dr. Stanpole, for coming. Well, folks, that's all we have time for today on Good Day, Devon. See you next time.
Hello, and welcome to Good Day, Devon. I'm your host, Charlotte Hedgepeth. Today, we will have a very special guest on our show, the one and only Ghost of Phineas. Let's give him a round of applause.
Hey there, Charlotte. Thank you for having me on the show. I'm so honored to be here.
No problem. So, Phineas.
Oh, please, just call me Finny.
Okay. Okay, so Finny, tell me a little bit about yourself.
Well, Charlotte, my name is Finny. As you know, I'm very athletic and really energetic. There have been a lot of bumps in my life when I attended the Devon School during the summer.
Would you mind explaining to us a few of those so-called bumps in your life?
Of course I will. Well, as you might already know, I died. Well, I'm dead anyways. The Devon School was lots of fun. I had friends, I was popular, and I was in the Super Suicide Society Club. I'm not sure how it happened, but I shattered my leg at a club meeting one time. And all I remember of that day was falling into a river and waking up at the hospital.
Oh my gosh, that's so horrible. Oh, I can't imagine that. I would, Now, Finny, can you tell us what happened to you after that?
My leg recovered, but then after my hospital visit, my best friend, Jean, kept telling me it was he who caused my leg to shatter. I didn't really believe him, but I don't even remember being with him when it happened.
Well, I'm glad your leg recovered, but fast forward before and during your death. How did you, die?
I was running down the stairs, and I fell, which caused me to break my leg. When Dr. Stanpole was trying to fix it, something went wrong. I think it had something to do with the bone marrow. I don't know what it was that went wrong, but it caused me to die.
I'm so sorry for your death. How's heaven?
Oh, it's great.
That's fantastic. Thank you for coming on the show, Finny. It was great talking to you. I hope you have a good day. Well, that's all the time we have for today on Good Day, Devon. See you next time.
Everybody makes mistakes. Everybody has their days. Alright, let's go. Go. No, go, scoot. Don't worry. Scat. Okay. Shh, Becca!